On April 18th of this year, Kate's neurologist, Dr. Kevin Crystal, told Maggie and myself that Kate's December 2004 MS attack was the worst MS attack he had ever seen anyone come back from. After the 2004 attack, Kate came back from at least 3 more MS exacerbations. At the same time, she continued to work full-time as an HR administrator. We went on vacations. Kate served on the grade school athletic board and volunteered her talents to the YWCA HR Advisory Committee and the State MS Board HR Committee. And she planted flowers in the front yard of our new home, the one we were considering building in December 2004. Kate was deeply committed to the fight against multiple sclerosis. She reached out to those who were newly diagnosed to share her experience and encourage them. And Kate took risks in the fight against MS. When MS therapy drugs became available in clinical trials, Kate immediately volunteered to participate in the studies. Kate didn't take these risks just for herself. She truly believed that she could help advance the cause and give others hope and a fighting chance by testing out the newest generation of MS disease-modifying therapies. Kate was not a public person, and she didn't like to talk about her disease. For those of you who knew her well, all she really wanted to be was a coworker, a friend, a wife, a mom. But she told her MS story on television, on the radio, and in the newspaper to raise awareness, funds, and give hope to others in the fight against MS. Her genuineness and grace endeared her to those who interviewed her and inspired those who heard or saw her or read her story. She fought for and offered hope to many with MS by speaking out and by refusing to let it stop her from living her life to the fullest. On February 16th, 2 weeks before the devastating attack, Kate and I drove Maggie and her cousin Molly to Chicago to see Rent. Kate was in a wheelchair, still recovering from an attack that knocked her off her feet in January. After dropping the girls off at the play, we strolled through Millennium Park on a very cool, crisp winter day, past the Bean Mirror, and ended up at the Art Institute, where we spent an hour and a half viewing some of the great artworks of Western civilization. This is Pablo Picasso's Red Armchair that we saw that afternoon. Kate loved fun colors, and this very much appealed to her. We are not great connoisseurs of art, but Kate, as usual, was ready to add this experience to her life's resume. This picture of Kate was taken in the west of Ireland in 1990, 6 months after Kate's diagnosis. In the background is Croagh-Patrick, the holy mountain of Ireland, where annually people remove their shoes and make a pilgrimage to the very top, where a Catholic Mass is said. To me, this is the image of Kate's hope. The mountain to climb, the difficult path, but there is Kate, smiling, offering a rainbow of hope. After returning from the IU hospital in April, knowing that Kate's condition was very grave and fearing the worst, I asked Kate's neurologist, "What do you think?" He paused and then said to me, "If it was anyone else but Kate, I wouldn't be very hopeful. A month after an MS attack that took everything from her, Kate still inspired hope that she could somehow find a way to come back, as she had time and time again in her MS battle. She inspired that hope in her doctor and in all of us who knew and loved her. But what about Kate's hope now? I ask you to take a good look around the room. You are Kate's hope. And if you don't believe me, it says so right on your name badges. You are Kate's hope and the hope of a teenage daughter of a woman with MS who, while riding in the car, asked, "Will I get MS?" You are the hope of loved ones and caregivers of MS sufferers who struggle to meet the needs of those they care most deeply about. You are the hope of all who bravely and courageously battle this unpredictable, devastating disease every day of their lives. Today, you will be asked to join the movement, to give in the fight against MS. Many of you have given so generously already. When I consider how much I can give, I remember that Kate gave everything to live her life to the fullest despite her disease and everything in the fight against MS. I hope that you will give all those who live with multiple sclerosis the chance for the day when we have ended the devastating effects of MS once and for all. The day when all MS sufferers will end each day as Kate did, looking forward to the bright promise of tomorrow with hope. Thank you.